Welcome to Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. Today, we plunge into the depths of a tragedy that still echoes through time, the mysterious sinking of the French submarine Prométhée. It was supposed to be a routine trial, a simple test of its capabilities before joining the French Navy's fleet. But instead, it became a disaster that cost the lives of 69 men and left behind more questions than answers. Was it a mechanical failure, a miscalculation, or did something more sinister play a role? Join me as we explore the rise and fall of the Prométhée, the frantic rescue attempts, and the lingering mystery that still haunts the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. In the years following World War I, naval technology was evolving at a rapid pace. Submarines, once seen as experimental tools of warfare, had proven their strategic importance in the Great War. Nations around the world were locked in a race to build bigger, stronger, and deadlier submarines. France was no exception. Determined to modernize its fleet, the French Navy commissioned a new class of submarines, designed for both coastal defense and long-range missions. Among them was the Prométhée, an ambitious vessel that embodied the latest advancements in submarine warfare. Prométhée was no ordinary submarine. Laid down in 1928 and launched in 1930 from the Cherbourg naval yard, she was part of the Redoutable class, a series of submarines that were meant to give France the edge in underwater combat. Let's talk specs. At 92 meters in length and with a displacement of over 1,500 tons, the Prométhée was built for endurance. She had a diesel-electric propulsion system that allowed her to travel long distances, a maximum submerged speed of 10 knots, and a diving depth of around 80 meters. She carried 11 torpedo tubes, making her a formidable adversary in battle. But Prométhée wasn't just about firepower. She was a symbol of progress, of engineering mastery, and of France's commitment to naval dominance. A submarine designed to patrol the vast oceans, silent and deadly. Until, of course, disaster struck. July 7, 1932. A seemingly ordinary day off the coast of Brittany, the Prométhée was scheduled for a routine trial mission before its official commissioning into the fleet. The Prométhée was scheduled for a routine trial mission before its official commissioning into the fleet. On board were 69 men, a mix of naval officers, engineers, and technicians. Their mission, to test the submarine's performance, ensuring it was battle-ready. At first, everything was going smoothly. The vessel left Cherbourg and traveled toward the open sea. The crew followed their checklist, running diagnostics, testing the engines, and preparing for the crucial part of the exercise, a dive to assess underwater stability. But then, something went terribly wrong. Eyewitnesses on an escort vessel reported seeing the Prométhée performing its scheduled dive. The submarine dipped below the surface, just as expected. But within moments, an eerie silence fell over the sea. There was no resurfacing, no distress signal, nothing. The Prométhée had vanished. The escort vessel immediately knew something was wrong. When the Prométhée failed to reappear, radio calls were sent out in desperation. Other ships in the vicinity rushed to the scene, scanning the water for any sign of wreckage, oil slicks, anything that might hint at what had happened. Hours passed. The ocean was calm, indifferent to the panic unfolding on the surface. Finally, rescue teams deployed divers to search the depths. The currents were strong, the visibility poor, but they pushed forward. And then, there it was. The wreck of the Prométhée was located on the seabed, lying eerily intact. No sign of external damage, no clear cause for the disaster. It was as if the sea had swallowed her whole in an instant. There were no survivors, 69 men, lost to the depths. What really happened? In the wake of the tragedy, investigations began immediately. The French Navy was desperate for answers. The most widely accepted theory: a catastrophic ballast tank failure. Submarines rely on ballast tanks to control their buoyancy. If these tanks malfunction, the vessel can lose its ability to surface. Some experts believe that during the test dive, The Promethee's ballast system may have jammed, preventing it from ascending. But that's just one theory. Others have suggested a sudden electrical failure, perhaps a power loss that crippled the submarine's ability to function. Some even whispered about human error, a miscalculation during the dive that led to an unintended descent. And then, of course, there were the darker theories. Could sabotage have played a role? Could sabotage have played a role? After all, the 1930s were a time of growing international tensions. Was it possible that someone wanted the Prométhée to fail? No evidence was ever found to support this idea, but it remains one of the many unanswered questions. The truth is, we may never know. The sea guards its secrets well, and the Prométhée remains one of its many mysteries. The loss of the Prométhée was a national tragedy. It forced the French Navy to re-evaluate submarine safety protocols, leading to stricter testing procedures and design improvements. But for the families of the 69 lost, no technological advancement could ever replace what was taken from them that day. This is the nature of history. It is not just about triumph, it is about loss, sacrifice, and the lessons we carry forward. The Prométhée serves as a stark reminder of the risks of technological progress. A marvel of engineering, claimed by the very element it was designed to conquer. So, what do you think really happened to the Prométhée? Was it a simple mechanical failure, or is there more to this mystery? Let's discuss in the comments below. And if you love uncovering lost stories from history, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Echoes Untold. Your support keeps these stories alive. This has been Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. Fact-checked note. The Prométhée sank on July 7, 1932, during sea trials off Cap Lévi, near Cherbourg, France. No definitive cause was confirmed, though mechanical failure remains the most widely accepted theory. Source: French Naval Archives, 1932 Reports on Submarine Accidents, Les Sous-marins Français, by Jean Moulin, 1987.